You are going to be a failure if you're not a doctor or a lawyer. What? I couldn't comprehend the words that my former teacher was telling me. What did she mean? I had just graduated from high school with honors. But she pointed at me and she said, I had the responsibility to make something of myself. As an immigrant, Mrs. Nguyen understood the sacrifices that my parents gave up in order to come to the US. And she said to me, you have the responsibility to make something of the education that you were given. So, doctor or lawyer? Bloody, open wound. Not my cup of tea. No, thank you. But lawyer? What is this law thing? I didn't know any lawyers. I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know how they dressed. I didn't even know what they ate for breakfast. So I was talking to my former teacher and getting career advice because my dad, he had the insight to know that I was embarking on a journey that he couldn't guide anymore. You see, my parents were really my first mentor. My mom finished 6th grade before she was pulled out to take care of her younger siblings. My dad did better. He finished high school, and he would have gone to college, but Vietnam War happened, and he was drafted, so that stopped his education. Are you surprised that at my house, I could always get out a chore by picking up a book or claiming that I had a homework assignment due? My parents taught me how important education was. So when I started college, with the advice of a former teacher, I went to the career office, and they connected me with a lawyer who was young, white, and male. Patrick Stark took me to depositions. He took me to court. He explained to me that an interrogatory is a fancy term for a question. When I completed that internship with Patrick, I still didn't know if I wanted to be a lawyer. I mean, he didn't look like me. I couldn't really relate to him. I was looking for, could I be a lawyer? So after I graduated from college, I got a job as an immigration paralegal. I worked with dynamic, powerful, young attorneys who held the faith of their clients in their hands. Whether or not their clients could stay in the US was dependent on my lawyer's skills. So after 2 years of watching and learning, I said, I can do this. What separated me from the lawyers were 3 years of education and a bar exam. I can do that. I went to law school. I met a mentor who changed my life. Ruthie Ashley was Asian American. She had gone to school as a response to a midlife crisis. And boy, was I so lucky that she did. What Ruthie did for me was open opportunities, open doors. Every time she said, Quyen, I'm going to a conference. Would you like to come? My answer was always yes. You see, I wanted to see the people that she was seeing. I wanted to know the people she knew. So, as a first-year law student, I met Supreme Court justices. I met preeminent lawyers who were activists in their own communities. I met senior lawyers, and I met very new lawyers. More importantly, Ruthie took me with her to the local high schools. There, she would talk to kids from underprivileged backgrounds and encourage them to be more than they are, to be more than their circumstances. She connected with them by sharing her own story. Her mother was a maid for her entire life. And Ruthie was able to escape that cycle through the power of education. So, for the first time, I realized the power of my decision to go to law school. It wasn't to be some fancy lawyer billing at some crazy rates that nobody can afford. It was to be an example to somebody else, to be a role model, and show somebody else that they can be more than their situation, that they can strive for something better and something bigger. We fast forward a few years. I'd been practicing as an attorney for 4 years. I was let go from a job that I dearly loved. It was so unexpected, it hit me by surprise. Yes, I had mentors who would check in on me periodically to see how I was doing, but I was slipping into depression. You know, have you ever had those days where they all just look the same? You wake up in the morning, everybody else around you is rushing out the door to go to work. And you just turn on your computer, you look for a few jobs, put your application in, eat your lunch, take a nap, apply to a few more jobs, go to sleep, rinse, and repeat. That's about 3 months of my life. Even with all of the people who cared enough, all of the mentors who checked in on me, taking time out of their day to simply ask, "How are you?" I was at rock bottom. Until one day, one of my mentors, Steve Simon, called. He said to me, "Look, I'm tired of hearing your same story. This passive job search is not getting you anywhere. If you don't get off your butt and go do something to keep your legal skills, I'm filling out this application to In-N-Out for you." Even in my state of depression, internally, I said, "No! I did not work this hard. I did not do all of this to work at a place serving burgers and fries." I mean, don't get me wrong. I know In-N-Out offers great benefits to their employees, but that's just not what I wanted to do. So he again encouraged me to explore and create my own opportunities. You see, in this period of depression where I wanted to do nothing, I had family and friends that were referring clients, potential clients to me. But I was so scared that I didn't want to take them on. I didn't know if I could do it. After listening to my excuses for the umpteenth time, Steve simply said, "Quyen, you can do it. And if you have questions, call me." That was the biggest boost of self-confidence I got, and exactly what I needed to understand that what scared me the most was exactly what I needed to do. My business My law practice has been such an exciting adventure. I have loved every single moment of it. There's been absolutely no regrets. So what I hope you learn from my highs and lows is to be a mentor and to grow a mentor. I have the world's best mentors. They have been great examples of how to be a mentor and how to pay it forward. Inspire somebody. Empower somebody. Show them their potential.